Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Claudia. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe. And if you like my video, please give me a like. Today I am doing a comparison review video. Really, I'm comparing the Louis Vuitton card holder Recto Verso in the black imprint monogram and also in the monogram canvas print. I wanted to show everyone just the differences, if there were any differences, and what, if it's something that you're thinking about getting, if you're torn between getting the softer leather versus the canvas. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to at least hopefully have a little bit more insight on that. So I'll go ahead and just get started. I do want to show you just a few things. I want to show you how very similar they are. They look very similar here. They're exactly the same size. They're 5 by about 3.74 by almost 1 inch. So they're very similar in size. I'm going to go ahead and just put them over each other so you could see, but they're pretty similar. I mean, they're probably exactly the same size. The only difference, what you're going to see here, is the zipper handle is a little bit different here in the leather versus the canvas. It has a smaller, just little handle zipper versus this one's a little bit larger and it has this little attached leather piece here. So it does give it a little bit of a different look. So there you go. I do want to show you both of them just side by side this way. This way. I'll go ahead and turn them over. So they are, again, I mean, they're very similar. It's just really on preference. I think the big thing that I want to show you is what can I fit in here? How much fits in both? Do they have pretty much equal space? Are they both stretchy and things like that? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and just put some items in one of them so that you can see what I can fit in this one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start with the black leather one just to show you what I can put in there. I'm going to go ahead and unzip it because this card holder actually does also have a key holder here as well. They both do. So I'll go ahead and just pull those out now. Probably should have done that earlier, but I'll go ahead and do that now. So you can see they both have, and they're both exactly the same. This piece here, the card holder, the key holder, they're both exactly the same. So there's not a big difference here. But I do want to show you what I can fit in this one. And then what I'll do after I fill this one up, I will show you what I can put in the canvas one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you what I can fit in the black leather card holder. So first I'm going to go ahead and attach my key, and the really nice thing about this key holder is it does have a safety feature. It's a locking mechanism here where you can't, it doesn't just open. So you do have to push up to open the clasp. So I'll go ahead and put my key so you can see that. And and the same thing, you have to push up again to go ahead and lock it again. So now it's nice and secure, it's locked, and it won't come out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just fill my card holder. I'm gonna put some money inside so it's a little more secure. Receipts, I do have some receipts. I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in here. I have another receipt, put that in there. Now my cards, do have quite a few cards. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put the thicker card here, and it does have, actually it has 1, 2, 3, and 4 different slits here so that you can put some of your cards in. I'll go ahead and just shove 2 in here on the top. They go in really easily. I do 2 more in the next one. Those go in really smoothly as well. Now I have another, just my ID. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And I do have 2 more cards for myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put those here because I do want them more secure. I don't want to just throw them in here with the receipts. But now if I close it, this is what it looks like full. So 2 credit cards in here, a few receipts in here, have about 6 bills in here, my key, and an additional 5 credit cards here and my ID. And as you can see, it's really flexible. There's a lot of room. I can shove my fingers all the way inside. This one here, I will mention, I'll remove this card just so you can see this. This one does have a slightly larger opening here. So this one, you can easily put 2 cards in here as well. I usually put my thicker credit card in there. But yeah, they're all very flexible and movable. Overall, I think this is a really nice card holder. If you need something to just get up and run out the door, something just with the essentials, your credit cards, your key, your money, maybe a little pouch for receipts. And this area here inside the zipper is large enough where you could put some change. So if you want to use this as a coin purse, you can definitely do that. But again, for me, this is really practical and just very versatile. I have my key, receipts, change, my credit cards, and it's easy to just grab it out of my bag and just hit the road. So that's that. And what I'm going to do next is I want to show you with the same amount of things that I put in this one, I want to show you what it looks like when I use the other one. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to put the same amount of items that I had in the other card holder into this one. So this one I'd say is just a little bit stiffer. It's not as flexible. I will say that there's a lot of, the opening here is pretty large. So yeah, I mean, very similar to the other one, but just a little bit stiffer. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to go ahead and put my key. Same way, up, push up, and it locks in there. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my cards back here. The same amount of openings here. You have 4 again. This one again is larger, just like the other one. Go ahead and put my larger card in there. I'm going to try to put in these others as well. As you can see, it's a little bit harder to put those in just because it's a little stiffer. 2 more cards here. And my ID. Let's see if I can do that. It's just a little bit harder because it's really, really full right now. That it's really hard to put my fingers in there. So right now, it's super tight that I'm actually a little bit worried that it might actually just destroy the canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull out a card here. I'll pull one out here. This one's not nearly as flexible as the other one. So now with the 4 cards here, 3 credit cards and my ID, it's definitely doable. It's much, much better. Now here for my receipts, this is still pretty open. I think this is actually pretty flexible. So I can definitely put my receipts in here without a problem. In the front, it's not, now that I do have the back full, it's a little bit tighter here and it doesn't open as much as the other one. So I had initially 2 cards in here. I want to see if I can shove 4 in here. Not sure I can. I could, but it is really, really tight. I'm not sure that I would recommend that because you could even see it here a little bit where it's just uneven there. So I would say maybe just 2 cards there. If you wanna try, you could, but it could possibly crack. So I'll go ahead and just leave the 2 because it looks a little more natural that way. Now the inside. Now the inside's really, really tight. I can put my money in there. And you know what? Actually, I could put these 2 cards in here. I think that wouldn't be as bad. And I can still zip it. It's just, again, it's just a little tighter. It's a little bit tighter than the other one. And you can just see even just the comparison side by side. If I'm opening this, it's very hard to open this. And this one here, I can open it that much. And I can shove my fingers in all of these. And this is just literally super flexible and just movable. This one, you can't really do that. I mean, I'll go ahead and just remove some of these items so I can try to do what I just did with the other one. See, right now that was really tight. I could barely get the stuff out. I went ahead and took everything out of this one because I do want to show you how flexible they both are side by side. Now this one, I can do this with it. This one, not so much. It's a little bit stiff. Here, I can still shove my fingers in here, but you know what I did notice that it was really hard to slide cards in here. I don't know if it's because it's so stiff that it doesn't move with you, so it's just a little bit more stiff versus this one, the leather. You could even see it now. Look how easy I can just shove my fingers in here. It's just super easy. So again, I mean, they're both beautiful. I mean, in my opinion, I think you can't go wrong with whichever one you choose to get, but they are both just gorgeous. And it really just depends on how much you like to travel with. For me personally, as you can see, I travel with a lot of cards and sometimes I don't necessarily carry a lot of cash, but I do carry a lot of cards, and I definitely like to have something that I can put my receipts in, maybe use it for some coins and things like that. So if you're that person that has a lot of cards and sometimes you do keep money and coins and receipts and things like that, I would say maybe go with the more movable leather, the imprint leather. And if you're someone who just carries 1 or 2 cards and you just want something to be able to run out the door, then I'd say, hey, sure, do the monogram canvas. But again, whichever one you go with, they're both beautiful. It just really depends on what you want it for and what the use is for. But again, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope that I'll see you again soon. But please return to my channel. I do plan on reviewing many more items, and I'm just starting my channel, but I do have a lot of great items to show you. So I hope you'll visit my channel again. Thank you and have a great day.